Hi guys, I am here today with my most beloved family pet, Miss Magnolia, Maggie for short, because we want to share with you Wednesday Wars by Gary D. Schmidt. It is a contemporary realistic fiction because it gives children and all readers an opportunity to live vicariously through someone and learn from their experiences. So, what can you expect if you are the only Presbyterian at your middle school on Long Island in the late 1960s? Well, if you're Holling Hood, then your teacher, Miss Baker, probably hates you. Your sister may want to be a flower child, and your father will definitely want to be the most successful architect in your small town, and every action that you do will somehow affect his business. Your mother may be an indifferent housewife who has no idea that everyone knows about her secret smoking habit, and you will most likely live under the threat of the school bully. Of course, you also have to worry about the dark shadow of Vietnam, which hangs over everything that happens. If you survive through it all, you must make friends with some outcasts, memorize Shakespeare, and get hit by a bus, and avoid the rats that fall from the ceiling, and of course, wear yellow tights with feathers on the butt. Wednesday Wars most definitely fits into the genre of contemporary realistic fiction because it's realistic. All of the characters could live and the events could take place in the real world. In fact, a lot of the things that, or some of the things that happen actually happened to the author. He was the only kid at his school who had to stay on Wednesdays during early release with his real life teacher, Mrs. Baker. However, most of the events are fictional, which keeps it out of the historical fiction category. It's contemporary because the events that are happening in the book reflect things that are happening in the present. The Vietnam War causes a lot of division in the book. And right now, we know that we're living in a time that where prejudice has caused America to split into factions. This book falls into the subcategory of living in a family because Holling has to find himself while still maintaining a relationship with his family members. And it isn't easy, but I think that many children face a lot of the dilemmas that Holling faces in the book. Um, I absolutely adored this book. It is in my top 5 favorites, my very favorite contemporary realistic fiction, because it's hopeful. There are so many sad things that happen in the book, but Holling eventually reaches his potential and he learns a lot. And as Sister Hawker said, it helps kids experience some difficult parts of life vicariously so that they can learn and not make the same mistakes, but maybe still have the same successes that Holling had. There are definitely some serious moments, but it is hilarious. The text is funny, it's witty, it's cute without being vulgar or inappropriate. It teaches kids, and this is the underlying message, to avoid making judgments about people because you don't know what they're going through. And of course, I love the rats. And to answer the question about rats falling from the ceiling, you're definitely going to have to read the book. If you want to read a funny book about a middle school kid that has a meaningful message and find out if Mrs. Baker really does hate Holling, then Wednesday Wars by Gary D. Schmidt is the book for you. Thank you and have a great week.